The NASCAR Xfinity Series race is officially included from Las Vegas Motor Speedway, and we see a ton of win, a Joe Gibbs Racing dominated event, and John Hunter Nemechek picking up the victory. What's going on, guys? It's Daniel, and welcome back to the video. I just got done watching NASCAR Xfinity Series race in Las Vegas Motor Speedway, the Lee Uena. We got a ton to talk about from this race. Let's go and talk about it. So at the start of the race, you have Cole Custer lead the field from the outside and Chandler Smith on the inside, and they would go three wide into turn number one, with Chandler Smith being able to emerge and take over the race lead. Then on lap number 8, the first caution race to come out, when Parker Retzlaff got sideways in turn number 4 after some hard contact from Sammy Smith. A little contact happened there. Sam Mayer got a ton of damage, and the first caution race would come out because of that. And unfortunately, Sam Mayer's day would come to an end early because he had a ton of damage on the car. And then during the caution, Eric Almirola came down pit road to repair the right side of the car. So then on the restart, you had Chandler Smith lead the field from the outside and John Nemechek on the inside, and Chandler Smith got a solid run and was able to clear for the race lead and continued to dominate. Then during this run, unfortunately, Shea Van Gisbergen would come down pit road with major trouble and major problems, and unfortunately, he would go to the garage because of that. Unfortunately, he had overheating issues on the car, was actually starting to move up to the field really quickly, but his day would come to an end because they tried to refire the car later. Him trying to learn on these ovals did not have a good weekend, unfortunately, and his day comes to an end early. But that would not matter at the end, as Chandler Smith would come out the final corner and pull out to a couple second lead and win stage number 1. Then all leaders would come down pit road with Chandler Smith entering as leader, but losing a ton of spots on pit road and dropping back to 7th, and Austin Hill would be the one who win the race off pit road. So then on the restart, Austin Hill lead the field from the outside with Riley Herbst on the inside, and Austin Hill got a really strong restart and was able to lead for a little bit, but he had debris on the grill, and that would lead to John Hunter Nemechek getting the race lead from Austin Hill with all the debris and would drop really far back. As the run continued on, Chandler Smith was starting to run down John Hunter Nemechek, was probably a faster car than John Hunter throughout this event, and was starting to run him down. As they came to the end of the event, Chandler Smith was catching by a tenth a second, 2/10 second, and then coming to the white flag of stage number 2, Chandler Smith got a really strong run. He gets a massive run off of turn number 2, gets to the inside in turn number 3, and passes to the bottom, and comes off the corner and steals a win and gets stage 2 at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Then all leaders would come down pit road with all taking 4 tires, and Chandler Smith would win the race off of pit road. So then on the restart, Chandler Smith lead the field from the outside with John Nemechek on the inside, and Chandler Smith got a really strong run and was able to clear for the lead. Then we had some really good racing between John Hunter and Chandler Smith for about 10 laps straight, and eventually John Hunter was able to clear for a little bit, and then few laps later, Chandler Smith was able to get the lead back. Then the final caution race to come out when Parker Retzlaff tried to re-enter the racetrack, tried to get off the track, but basically had major problems after the wreck. He was stopped on the exit of pit road, bringing out the final caution of this race. So then, all leaders would come down pit road with John Nemechek winning the race off of pit road. Chandler Smith would drop to 2nd. And now at this point, some people thought maybe they could try to stretch it, though they were all going to have to come down pit road. So then on the final restart, John Hunter Nemechek lead the field from the outside with Chandler Smith on the inside, and John Hunter Nemechek got a really strong run and was able to clear for the race lead. And eventually, we saw Chandler Smith dropping back a little bit and would drop back to 3rd place, and Riley Herbst would jump up to 2nd, but John Hunter was starting to pull away from Riley Herbst, so Riley was maintaining a little bit. Then we started seeing the final pit stops of the race. You had Brandon Jones come in first. Then the next lap, you had Ryan Seek, Sammy Smith, Chandler Smith come in. Then the next lap on 168, you had Riley Herbst come in. Then you had Austin Hill, Cole Custer, Jesse Love, and then Jeb Burr come in, and Jeb Burr would get a speeding penalty on pit road. Then the next lap, AJ Allmendinger, Ryan Ellis, and John Hunter would all come down to pit road. Then, as the run continued on, some people tried to stretch it, including Justin Allgaier, but eventually Justin Allgaier and Kyle Weatherman with 20 laps to go, they would come down pit road, handing the lead over to Josh Williams. And then eventually Sheldon Creedy had to come back down pit road for 2 left side tires because he had pitted with 4, but basically had to come back down for an unscheduled pit stop. And then with 11 laps to go, eventually, Josh Williams would come down pit road, giving a lead to John Hunter Nemechek. At this point, John Hunter Nemechek had about a 5-second lead, but there was some really good racing going on for second between Cole Custer, Chandler Smith, and Austin Hill and Riley Herbst. Were all battling really hard in for second position. Eventually, though, Cole Custer emerged to second. but it would be too far back for the guys to catch him. Cole Custer tried to reel him in as he came to the white flag. He would not have anything for him, and coming off the final corner, John Hunter Nemechek puts up a clinic and picks up his first Xfinity Series win of 2024, and is the first non-Chevrolet to pick up a win in NASCAR's top 3 divisions. John Hunter Nemechek did not have the best car in the beginning, but they adjusted on that car as the race progressed, and then they became the fastest car on the racetrack. I think he led almost 100 laps in this event. It was a massive domination day for Joe Gibbs Racing, a really big confidence booster going into tomorrow's Cup Series race. A really good day for John Hunter. Congratulations to him. He's been historically good at this racetrack. He was one of the drivers I thought was going to have a chance to get it done. Nonetheless, congratulations to John Hunter on picking up his first Xfinity win of 2024. So now let's talk about the race results. I'll give my score thoughts on the race overall. So John Hunter Nemechek picks up the victory. Cole Custer finished second. He struggled at the beginning of this race, but they made that car way better, especially on the long run. It comes on a very strong run-up finish. Great run for Cole Custer. Chandler Smith finished third. Man, I thought this was Chandler Smith's day. He had probably the fastest car in this race from the beginning, but the car kind of had bad adjustments on the final pit stop during that caution. That cost him a shot at the win, dropped back a little bit, but still able to finish in third place. I think he held his head up high. He had a really good run regardless tonight. He finishes in third. Great run for him. Austin Hill finishes fourth, continues a really strong start to the year. This is not only his worst finish of the year, and his worst finish is fourth. That tells you how good of a year it's been for Austin Hill. Ran top 5 most of the day. He finished fourth. Riley Hurts finished fifth. Had a pretty good run. Thought he would be a contender for the win. Was pretty fast in the middle portion of the race. Kind of faded on the long run, but finishes fifth. Great run, all things considered. AJ Allmendinger finished sixth. Quiet day for him. Was up front early, but faded as the run progressed. Was able to get a sixth place finish. Good run for him. Ryan Sieg finished seventh. I want to give him a shout out. He ran top 10 all day long and puts up a really strong and great performance in 7th position. If that's time for things to come at RSS Racing, I'm really excited about that team. Good run for Ryan Sieg in 7th place. Sammy Smith finished 8th, a quiet good run in 8th place. Solid run for him. Brandon Jones finished 9th. Decent run for him in 9th place. And Justin Allgaier recovers a little bit up to 10th place. Obviously had to start at the rear because he nearly spun out in qualifying. Was faster at the end. Decided to play a little strategy. Gets a very solid 10th place finish. Parker Clearman finished 11th. Solid run for him. Eric Almirola finished 12th. A little bit disappointing, Eric Almirola, not going to lie. I thought Eric Almirola was going to be a threat for the win and was up to about 8th or 9th at points, but his car just seemed to fade as the run progressed, and he finishes in 12th. Corey Heim finished 13th. Decent run for him. Not a bad day, all things considered, after having a really good performance, finishing in the top 3 in the truck race last night. Josh Williams finished 14th. Decent run for Josh Williams. Has not been a great start to the year for this team. Good to see Josh Williams, though, play a little strategy and get a very solid top 15 finish in 14th. Haley Deegan finished 15th. Want to talk about her for a minute. A really good run for her today. She ran top 20 all day long for the most part. And yes, she did finish off the lead lap. But again, she had a solid performance, had a pretty good car near the end of this event, and finishes in a solid top 15 and ran top 20 all day. She can build upon this. I don't think that this will be the last time we're going to be talking about her running good this year. She finally got a race where things didn't go wrong for her, and she runs good. She ran good here a few years ago, and she gets a very solid top 15 finish tonight. Really good run for Haley Deegan. Anthony Alfredo finished 16th for a team that had a backup car. That is pretty good. Jesse Love finished 17th. A little disappointed in Jesse. Thought he'd be a little more of a threat and contender. He was fast in the beginning of this race, especially on the long run, but it seemed like that car just really started going away near the end of the event. Leland Hunneman finished 20th. Not bad run for him. Brendan Poole finished 19th. Want to give him a shout. Had a really solid performance today. Ran top 15 at points and looked like that 44 car was pretty solid. Gets a 19th place finish. And Kyle Sieg finished 20th. Carl Weatherman finished 21st, was in the top 20 most of the day. Seemed like that car faded as the run progressed today. He finished 21st. Ryan Ellis finished 22nd. Jeb Burton finished 23rd after a speeding penalty. J.J. Illey finished 24th. Jeremy Clemens finished 25th. Sheldon Creed finished 26th. Disappointing run for Sheldon Creed, who has been coming off of some really good performance to start the year. Just not a good day in general. Finished 26th. Nick Weiss finished 27th. Patrick Emerling finished 28th. Garrett Smithley finishes in 29th. Joey Gase finished 30th. Blaine Perkins finishes 31st. BJ McLeod finished 32nd. CJ McLeod finished 33rd. Dawson Cramp finished 34th. Parker Ress, after his trouble, finished 35th. Sage Karen finished 36th. Shane Van Gisbergen finished 37th. What a shame for him once again. I know he wants to learn and get better. He was actually starting to move through the field early in the race. If not for those overheating issues, I do believe that SVG could have gotten a top 15 or a top top 20 finish at least, but 37th is where he's going to finish in the race. And Sam Mayer, after his issues, finished 38th. 2 DNF start this year. Really disappointing for Sam Mayer, all things considered. So now, let's talk about the overall race as a whole, and I'll give you my score and thoughts on today's race. I was expecting this race to be a little bit better, and there were definitely some really good moments for sure. You had that really good battle between John Nemechek and Chandler Smith throughout the event, but there were points this race kind of got strung out to me. It was cool to see them go through the lap traffic, and I really enjoyed the long runs of this event. But honestly, this race was not absolutely amazing. I'm going to give this race, my score for this race, I'm going to give this race overall a 7.5 out of 10. Like I said, it wasn't a barn. Actually, I'll give this race 8 out of 10. It wasn't a barn burner. It was a solid race. There was some good racing in the event. I'll give the race an 8 out of 10 here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. So, that is going to be it for the NASCAR Xfinity Series race review from Las Vegas Motor Speedway. I want to thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe to the channel, notifications on, and if I win a video, it does go live on my channel. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and support on Patreon as well. Let's get below that and comment your thoughts below on today's race. What are your thoughts on today's race? Let me know below. Let me know your score in the comments below. And congratulate John Hunter Nemechek on picking up the victory. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Tomorrow on the channel, we're going to have the starting lineup video for the Pennzoil 400, and we're also going to have the NASCAR Cup Series race view from Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Then on Monday, there's going to be a NASCAR news discussing news over the course of the last couple days. On Tuesday is probably going to be the intros video for the race at Phoenix, and there's a lot of great content dropping on the channel over the course of the next few weeks. So anyways, like I said, I want to thank you guys for watching today's episode, and I'll see you guys next time for more awesome NASCAR content and other motorsports content on the channel like this. Take care, everybody.